have I ever video, guys. I have never made squeeze wax. It has been on my mind to try for multiple, embarrassingly, a lot of months. So I'm only going to make a small batch. Again, first time. Yeah, I have no idea really what I'm doing. Let me show you what I have here. I have 4 ounces of my Pro Blend 600 in this little container. I'm just going to use the microwave today. There's not a ton of videos out there that I saw, but most of them were in that 1:2 ratio. So 1 part wax to a 2-part oil. A lot of people are using coconut oil or vegetable oil or canola oil, and they are on one hand quite cheap, but on the other hand, they do have a limited shelf life. From what I understand, mineral oil does not really have a shelf life, so this makes me a little bit more leaning towards the mineral oil because I don't want a wax melt to go rancid and smell like crap if it sits on my shelf for a few months or in a customer's home for a few months after that. So I'm going to use mineral oil, which does jack up the price. So I'm also going to be using a tried and true wax melt fragrance that I know works well in my wax melts, and that is Cranberry Prosecco from Candle Science. Man, this is a really, really good scent. I made a sugar scrub with this last year, guys. It's a good one, and it's, you know, early enough in the season. Maybe next time you order from Candle Science, you should give this one a go. I really like Cranberry Prosecco, and my customers really like them. All right, so first things first, I'm gonna get this heated up in the microwave before I add my mineral oil. So when we come back, I will have the camera turned down and you will see all of what I have going on in front of me. I have my wax here. This is 4 ounces of my Pro Blend wax. And I have new dyes. I just want to find a red. There's about 3 to 4 drops of red in there. So some people I've seen add the mineral oil before the fragrance, and some people I've seen add it after. I am going to go ahead and add in my glitter as well. So for the good glitter, I have this dark pink glitter. And I think if I just lift the lid and kind of shake it off, there we go. Just to give it some glitter loveliness. And I guess I'm going to go ahead and add in the fragrance oil. It's 188 now. So it's 4 ounces wax, 8 ounces of mineral oil, 2 ounces of the fragrance oil. That takes it up to just shy of 15%. I know you're supposed to do like 17 to 20, but I just felt like this was the easiest way to keep track of where I'm at. And these are, well, that was 2.4 actually, because the scale is not very good. 2.4, I'll have to adjust my recipe so I know what I did. And I have these bags, but there's no funnel. I really expected a funnel to be included with these bags. 156. I have a feeling that I may have to pop this back in the microwave because I just think this is going to cool it down so fast. And I need 8 ounces, which is half of this. Okay, 7.9. I'm going to call it good enough. And I have no idea how much these will hold, and I don't know where the lids are or anything. Where in the world? Look at my box real quick. There's lids and a funnel. Tiny little funnels. But there are a couple lids here. Okay. I think the important thing is to make sure it's not setting up before you pour. I think that's most important. But it is very cold right now. Like 118 cold. But the mineral oil probably won't let it set up too quickly. So I think I have time. And someone said that the mineral oil will help the fragrance oil bind with the wax. I don't know if that's true or not. I don't know how that works, so I'm not going to really speak to that other than to say I heard it. All right, let's pour. It's easy enough. Let's see. I probably should put my glasses on. And I am going to and let me, yeah, it's not a very sensitive scale. Sad to say. Oh, this funnel's tiny. Well, it's filling up nice. Other than my arm's gonna be really tired. Well, it looks like I could get a little bit more in there, but obviously the corner here isn't gonna be filled. But I do feel like I could get more in here. Just a tiny bit more. There, that looks better. So 8 and 4 is 12, 14, 15. So I have 15 ounces here. My first squeeze wax, guys. I'm gonna go get my other scale. I'm just not impressed with this one. Glad I didn't pay a lot of money for it. All right, I'm tearing it out. So a full is 8.95. So I could probably weigh this out and get 9 ounces in there. 8.75 would probably be fine too. So that 8.75 is going to be my standard, I think. This one is my tester and it's 5.35. All right, I'm gonna go write all that down on my Soapmaker 3 software so I can keep track of everything. And then I will come back when these are cooled and squishable. Light is off, so it may be a little bit dark. But guys, it's been like half an hour to an hour, probably been closer to an hour. And there is no squeezing. There is full-on pouring. Look at that. I don't know what to do. That's a fail. I don't want to waste the fragrance oil, so I'd rather try to fix it if I can. It's got a nice strong scent. Yeah, if that changes, I'll let you know, but I think I'm going to come back tomorrow and see if I can salvage it. Here it is, maybe 4 or 5 days later. It's just really, really loose. So I have 2 more ounces of my candle wax in here. I'm going to melt that down. Then I'm going to pour these in here and try to reincorporate all of that. I may heat it up again once I'm done with that. And I may add maybe a ½ ounce more of the fragrance oil. I'm going to play around with my ratios to see where I'm at with that. So I'm going to go take this to the microwave and get it heated down, and then we'll pour these in here and see what happens after that, guys. You may not see it, but there is wax in here. I'm I've never made this or seen this before, but this doesn't look horrible. I just feel like it should be maybe a little bit thicker. And the mineral oil I bought is a fair amount more expensive than my wax. So this is also going to make this a little bit more budget friendly, to go up a little bit in my wax usage. Let me stir this in and see where we're at temperature wise. My wax was a little over 200. I think I'm just going to pop it in there just so it's well incorporated, and go back up to maybe 180, so that I think I will add a ½ ounce of fragrance oil to this. All right, we are melted about 181. I'm going to add in ½ ounce more. I hope this is better. It is very strong, I will say, with all of that fragrance oil in there. The funnels are too small, guys. I need a much bigger funnel. I may try to find a metal one. I think that would be easy to kind of clean, and take my heat gun to clean it out. I also don't know if I'm supposed to let these sit for a few days before burning. My wax says 3 days. So, you know, I'm getting ready to go to the conference. I think I will just let these sit until I get back. All right, it's been 3 weeks or so because I've been gone and then I've been busy. But here is the cooled, I don't know if you'll be able to see the consistency. So it's not completely full. I just didn't concern myself with trying to get them completely full, but I'm kind of glad because we can kind of see the jelly consistency that comes out of this. And now that it's been a few weeks, I am going to get this in my melter and let's test it. Okay, I want to do this apples to apples of a test. So I took out my wax from my plug-in here, and it is 13 grams. So I'm going to add 13 grams to this. Apples to apples, guys. This one is 49, so almost 50. So I'm going to add 50 grams to my large one. So this is the equal of 4 cubes is what I normally put in this one. Oops, I went 52. Close enough. And so this already smells wonderful just out of the gate. So this is what I would normally put in my living room, which is 4 cubes in this one. And then in my kitchen, which is kind of open, it's a very kind of almost like a long narrow space. I put this on the other end of the 2 rooms, and this is just 1 cube that I put. So I have about 5 cubes going between all of that one big open space. So I'm gonna go get these on the burner and I'll come back and let you know how they smelled. When I last left you guys, I had put my testers in the little dishes. I then gave both of those bags to other people to test for me. And we all had the same kind of experience with the squeeze wax. It is very, very strong, hit you in the face. I did not like it. And it could be that I just put too much and I don't need as much as a regular wax melt. It could be that. But they felt the same way. It was it was very strong. But the thing is, it almost like flashed strong, and then it became like a normal wax melt. I don't know if I'm going to say this right. After a few hours of burning, it really smelled no different than any other wax melt as far as how strong it was. I do not believe my testers were that impressed with it. And I was not impressed with it. I felt like it was too expensive and it was too messy and it didn't perform throughout its life like I would want it to. If it was super, super strong the whole way through all the burning cycle, then maybe, and I could say, just use a teaspoon. It only takes a teaspoon, or use a tablespoon. It only takes a little bit. But it just went down to normal, so it didn't really, how am I supposed to say this? I'm trying to word this in a way that makes sense. I don't feel like it was worth the cost for that flash, really strong scent. I didn't feel like it was worth it. There was nothing more to be gained by it. I wasn't impressed. I didn't like it being so strong. And then it was just a wax melt. So I'm paying, and then I'm turning around and charging X amount of dollars for this wax melt because it cost me so much more to make. And guys, I did not like the messy cleaning out the wax melt bowl. It's very messy. So I, don't want customers to have to pay for liners I know you can buy liners. I don't think they should have to pay for that just to use this wax. It is very, very messy to try to wipe that out. The other thing you can do is add cotton balls when it's liquid and hot. You can turn it off and put cotton balls in there and soak up all of the liquid. I think that's wasteful. I don't like to do that. I don't like to do that on a regular wax melt. I like to let them cool off, and I'd have this little cheap butter knife. I don't know, it's the thinnest, like bendiest cheap butter knife I got, and it pops them right out and it's clean. That is perfect for me. I don't want to waste cotton balls. I don't want to buy cotton balls just to soak up wax melts. And so it's just like this thing with me. I really, really did not like the experience of cleaning out those dishes to try to change out my wax melts. So the squeeze wax is a no-go for me. Y'all may have a completely different experience. You might love them. They may last forever. They may be strong forever for you. For me, it just wasn't worth it. It was kind of like this thing that I thought if it really worked well, okay. But honestly, I wasn't excited about trying. I wasn't really, I don't know that I want to say that I didn't want it to work out, because I kind of didn't want it to work out. I didn't want it to work out in a sense that I didn't want to feel like I had to have another thing on my shelf. And I'm feeling quite overwhelmed in my business right now. And so I'm kind of glad that it didn't work out for me, because it's just like the pressure is off of offering those to customers. If I really liked them, if my customers really liked them, I would then feel like this pressure that I would put on myself, no one else, but I put pressure on myself. I would feel that to then start carrying them. So I'm really kind of glad they didn't work out for me. I'm kind of glad I don't have to mess with them. I'm not going to do it again. I have mineral oil. I don't know if Walmart will take that back. The one that's not opened. I bought 2 bottles. But I need help. Guys, what am I going to do with these bags? I thought about sugar scrub. And I thought about body wash. I don't know. Let me know if you all ever know of anybody, or if you've done it, put sugar scrub or body wash in these bags. The hole is kind of big for body wash, but maybe not for sugar scrub, other than trying to get the sugar scrub in the bag. That would be the trick. But anyway, otherwise, maybe I'll destash them. I've never done that before, but I have, what, 100 minus 2? That's the part that makes me mad. Not the trying it. I'm glad I tried it. Not the fail. That doesn't make me mad. It's the having these bags and not knowing what to do with them. That's the worst part about this whole thing. I hope you had fun watching this little Never Have I Ever This is a never have I ever video. I haven't done one in forever. I don't even know if my intro said anything about it. Guys, for you that don't know, I don't do these often, but I do have a little bit of a series about trying things I've never tried before, whether it's ingredients, techniques, or a product. I do a never have I ever video on that. And that's what this is. It's one of those. Another one is in the books. It's a fail. They're not all fails, but this one was a fail. On to the next one. I have a list. If you have any thoughts, let me know, and I put them in my little Trello board, and I keep track of them. All right, I am off. I hope you guys have a wonderful night. Give me a thumbs up if you liked the video, and give me a thumbs down if you didn't. Give me a comment as well. Those are always so much fun to read. And if you haven't already, as most of you have not actually, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Do that for me, would you? Thanks. See you next week.